In the Kinnah we read, Belel ze yivkayun, a Kinnah of this night, a list of tragedies, calamities that happened on this night, for which we cry, for which we weep. This terrible destructions. We find something fascinating when it comes to Leil Zeh, to this night, the night of Tisha B'Av. In the Tur, Shulchan Aruch, where he brings the laws, the halachas of the calendar, and he discusses the system of different Yamim Tovim, what day of the week they fall out in relation to other Yamim Tovim. He brings a siman, a marker, an indicator, that there are certain Yamim Tovim, there are certain special days that are connected to other days, and are always on the same day of the week of these, both of these days. He brings the siman At Bash. Aleph, the first letter of the Aleph Beis, is connected to Taf, the last letter of the Aleph Beis. Beis, the second letter, is connected to Shin, the second to last letter. Gimel, the third letter, is connected to Reish, the third to last letter, and so on. And he spells out that the first day of Pesach, Aleph, is always Taf, is always the same day of the week as Tisha B'Av. When we sit down to the Seder, that day of the week is always the same day of the week when we sit down to mourn Belel Zeh, this night of Tisha B'Av. How do these two seemingly opposite type days connect to each other? Pesach, the first Yom Tov that we have as Am Yisrael, and Tisha B'Av, a day of tremendous destruction. In Eicha we read, Hizbi'ani v'amroimim hirvani lana. He has filled me with bitterness, sated me with wormwood. And again we see a connection of Pesach and Tisha B'Av. Ba'amroimim, marar, bitterness refers to the marar of the Seder. Hirvani lana, the wormwood, that's Tisha B'Av. We also find another pasuk in Eicha, Li'imoisam yoimru aye dagan v'yayin. They keep asking their mothers, where is the bread and wine? It's brought in Sifrei Kabbalah that the bread is referring to the matzah, the wine is referring to the arba kaises, the 4 cups of wine, and asking their mothers, Li'imoisam yoimru, that's the 4 questions. Pesach, Tisha B'Av, seems to be so antithetical. 2 opposite type days. How do they connect? But there's something deeper here. On the surface, Tisha B'Av is all about destruction. It's all about sadness. It's about mourning. But if we think about it, Tisha B'Av highlights something greater. It highlights our connection, our deep connection that we have with Hashem. Tisha B'Av is a father rebuking his child. Why does a father rebuke his child? Who does the father rebuke? He rebukes a child because of his love and connection to the child. He rebukes the child that he loves because the child is close to him. When it comes to Avelis, to mourning, the closer the person is to us, the closer the deceased is to us, the greater the mourning. Tisha B'Av highlights Hashem's connection to Am Yisrael, His great love for us, and therefore He is rebuking us. Or as the Medrash says, that He let out His anger on the stones, on the bricks, on the brick and mortar of the Beis HaMikdash, and kept us alive. That's the deeper idea on Tisha B'Av. And that's Pesach. Pesach is when we became connected to Him, when we became His people, Pesach, that is Yitzias Mitzrayim. And even today, when we still are in this mode of destruction, we read in Eicha, Tisha B'Av is called a Moyed, a holiday, a Yom Tif. We don't say Tachnun. And as our Chachamim, as our sages say, Tisha B'Av will be transformed to a day of Yom Tif and celebration. Not only would the sadness be cancelled and it becomes a regular day, but it's transformed to a day of Yom Tif. Because then, when we have the Geula, the ultimate redemption, through the coming of Mashiach, the building of the Beis HaMikdash, then will be revealed this deep love and connection that Hashem has for us, the inner dimension of what Tisha B'Av is about, and it will indeed be a day of great celebration. May this happen speedily in our days now.